Mom, I was kind of thinking about something. You tell me what you think, but I don't really care. You call this Goatville down here?
Uh-huh.
I kind of want to have a town meeting, and maybe we change the name of the town to Spruce Town.
Spruce Town?
Yeah, or Sprucington.
Okay.
Or Sprucelet.
Well, honey, why can't the others be a part of it?
Because they're not me.
Well, honey.
Okay, town meeting over. This is officially Spruceton. Ooh,
Spruceton?
I like that one. This fruit tastes good. Num 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 num.
You guys are quite talkative. What's up, Spruce?
Issa, it's time to get my food.
Always about the food. Oh,
Herc
hello,
tried
Herc.
to eat me again, Mom.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep, he thinks goat legs would be a good snack, and I say, no.
We got something that's going to help with that.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Like another goat for him to eat?
No, not another goat for him to eat.
Gosh. He just wears his personality on his face.
Oh my goodness. You want to tell us what you really think?
Food. Animal crackers, food. Animal crackers, food. Hey, animal crackers, food. You got animal crackers in your pockets, Mom?
I don't have them in my pockets right now.
Are you sure? I'm looking. Oh, buddy.
Oh, honey.
Hey,
Hi. You're
get
not
down,
supposed to be
bub.
down. Or you're not supposed to be up here. Now stay down, okay?
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a beautiful sunny day. It's only about 4, maybe 35 degrees right now. But it's a little bit less windy than it was yesterday, so it's a little more bearable. But the sun is shining. Love it. Today, we got to do something I never, ever thought I would do. And I would typically even argue with people about it. But we have a need, and I think it's inevitable. So we're going to do it. So we're going to get these guys fed, and then we're going to talk about that a little bit and share with you what's going on and what we've got to do. This girl has taught her boys how to be the most vocal of goats when it's time to eat. On cue. Hi, buddy. Little hair bear over there just sneaked a little nap time in the sunshine.
That sun does feel nice.
How's Bluesy today?
She's doing great.
Nice and receptive?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, pretty girl.
Okay.
She is coming around more and more every single day. Absolutely no complaints with her. She's even kind of putting up with Herc a little better and kind of letting him come up and check her out, give her a little sniff. What I tried to do yesterday, a lot of you guys are asking, is Blue pregnant? Here's the truth. We don't know for sure. What I do know for sure is that Mama has been in heat at least twice since she had the boys and since Mario's been gone. Now, she was not exposed to Mario. Something getting you, bud? Or you just want to be up there with your mom? Blue hasn't been in heat a single time since we recorded her and Mario being together. Not like recorded on camera, that's weird, but recorded on our calendar that we knew she was exposed to Mario before he went to the auction. Yesterday, I was kind of petting her. I've got to remember, I believe when they're pregnant, it's on the right side, right? Ruminant on the left?
Rumen on the left, pregnant on the right.
She lets me pet her down the back. I can scratch her hind end. I can scratch behind her horns. You don't touch the horns. Well, excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good boy. Play with your toy.
Can you shut that gate, please?
But I tried to pet her right side underneath her belly. Still coming around to that. That's a sensitive area for her, and I get that. And my assumption is some of her reaction is because she used to be milked. We don't know that for sure. We don't know anything about her history, but I did look up Lamanches, which is what she is. And they are a great milking goat. So based on her weight and what she looked like when she got here, I think she was a milker. So anyway, we're still working on being able to kind of fully check her and see if she's pregnant. Oh, and then the piece comes.
Hang on, babe. I just got my hair stuck to this fence pole because of my magnet, and I lost my microphone.
Boom. Did you find your magnet?
Yeah, I got my magnet. It was holding my hair down. I didn't realize that, so I ripped my hair out.
Well, you know. Hi, buddy. How these knickknacks doing today?
Okay, I think I'm good to go now.
Y'all better?
I think so.
Hey guys, next video, my goal, we've got to shoot a little video for it. I want to tell you about that shed. none of you are going to care as much as I do. I have some passions about it, but I need to let there be maybe a couple of days after completion, which yesterday I completed it, excluding like the door handle and the latch, but that'll be no big deal. And so now I just need some time, a little bit of time away from the installation, so I can really give you a full perspective of it. So maybe I'll get some hay and stuff in there so that we can actually have it in production, and then we'll give you the rundown. Is she not bringing your food, buddy? Mom, no, Ouija, don't come over here. Don't do it. Where's your food at?
Can I come in? No, let me in.
What are you saying, bud? Oh, thanks for making it a little clearer.
Are you hungry? Let's go eat. Should I make you go in circles? He doesn't want to walk in circles.
No, he doesn't. And Inspector Larry is going to make sure.
Well, move over. Go on.
We're still feeding on opposite sides. Clearly Shannon didn't watch our last video. We just do things a little differently and it's fun. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Don't talk with your mouth
Come on, Herc.
full. That's rude.
Come on, buddy. Good job.
That's a good boy.
Good job. Thank you. Oh, you need food, don't you?
Ouija. Oh, buddy. Where are the mines at? There they are. You want to join the party? Hi, buddy. Oh, that tongue. Oh, I know it. No, you don't need to lick my beard. I don't know why you do that. Are you telling me my beard is messy? Probably is. There's a boy. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
He didn't want any, he just wanted some. Hey. You stinker pot. Get over there. Get over there. I think he's trying to tell you to eat a little faster, buddy. I don't care, you're here to save me. Look how big this guy is getting. I have very large hands, like extra large, maybe even extra large. You're getting big, buddy. He has started, Herc and Spruce are sparring partners. I don't know that Spruce loves that, and he makes you feel sorry for him sometimes when he doesn't love it, but they forget we have cameras and we can see him all the time. This guy will even instigate it. Sometimes Herc will just be laying there relaxing. Spruce pretends like he doesn't see Herc, walks by and just, kind of steps on one of his legs or something, and it makes Herc jump up and correct him. But they're buddies, best buddies, most of the time. Got a little butt scratch back here, buddy. Can't get it? Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, that's my Ouija. Also a big goat. He's our biggest goat, for sure. But there's your perspective. We're catching up. One of these days, buddy. Is our guard dog being ferocious over here?
Yeah.
The guy has no shame at all. Oh. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Reach for the stars. Hi, buddy. You're so silly.
Thanks for all the mud, Herc.
Oh, time for breakfast. Mama, how we doing over here? Saw you nursing just a little bit still, but you're cutting it down, aren't you?
Spruce is coming to check their food bowls.
Well, you got to. You guys make this way too difficult. Beep, beep. As if any of our goats are going to leave food behind.
I know. I don't know what makes them think that they would actually leave something behind.
You know, I say that. Blue's been known to do it. It's really weird.
Very rarely.
Hey, I got my first Herc bomb of the day.
Already?
Yeah, it's a good one. I smell it too.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, all the way from the front of my
I see
boot. Oh man, it's so hard to find it in the straw. Somebody mentioned in our premiere, hey, you know they make those pooper scooper things. I'm like, oh, I know, yeah, but we actually use our pitchfork, and Shannon's better at it because she's a little lower to the ground, so she can spot the
I can smell it.
Herc bombs a little more. I know, you break one open and man, it's like, too much. Poo talk. Poo talk is done, right?
Yes.
But yeah, we do try to get it all out of here with the pitchfork. It's just really hard to find in the straw.
Until you step in it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find it with your foot somehow. I don't understand that. Blues crew, are we eating a little slow today? I think they like their peaceful mealtime. What do you think? I need to go in and see if they left me anything, Dad. Come on, open it, open it.
Look who
open
I have.
it now. I love whenever we do this and then go back and look at other pictures and videos of how big they were
Are you jealous?
just a couple months ago. Mom, put me in your lap. Come on, get out of there, little Mario. It's my turn.
Do you
Mom,
want to turn little Koopa?
Mom, Mom.
Spruce, we had this conversation
Mom.
recently. And we talked about how you just squished me, remember?
Mom, I'm your bottle baby boy.
I know.
Just a little bottle baby. Look at me, I'm so little.
Come on over, you can get in my lap.
I think he thinks if he, oh, speaking of being in heat,
Yeah.
this is what she does. Now Luigi's a weather, so he obviously doesn't have the parts, but the smells are still there. And so he'll do a little bit of cute facing with his tongue out. A little bit of talking. Oh, Uncle Ouija. Did I ruin the mood, Ouija? You goof troop.
I remember Chad talking about keeping a nanny and a weather together. What was it that he said? A weather to let you know when the nannies are going into heat or something? I can't remember.
Well, that
Do you
makes
remember?
sense. I mean, I think they do that like with cattle too. They'll once a bull's been castrated, he's still got the ability to tell you like, hey, this cow's in heat, this goat's in heat or whatever. So they would keep one in there just to kind of alert when it's time to bring in
A buck.
an intact buck or bull, yeah. And
Got
then
it.
breed them. So yeah, Ouija, you're just our tattletale. That's all right with me. Thanks. Herc's just
Herc,
puts
you
his
are
head
just
right in there.
craving the attention today, dude.
Speaking of which, I had somebody just tapping the back of my leg like, hey, don't forget about me. Bluesy, you ready to get you and your kiddos out of there? Typically, when we open this gate, Herc's waiting right here. I say typically, a few weeks back. And so he'd go in and run her out, and then she'd go down there. But he's doing so much better. Spruce, first one in.
Always the first one in.
But notice Herc, no concern. He's over there getting a drink.
Whoa, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I think you're gonna have to back up a little bit, dude. Yeah, let's back up. There you go. Weed, you're making it weird.
I mean, she's doing what you would expect her to do. She's kind of flirting back with him. They just don't really know that he's not intact anymore. She's checking.
Her little tail's just wagging. Did you not have any lap time and so you feel like you need some lap time now?
Herc wants lap time.
Seriously. Hi, buddy.
Ouija's just trying to make it weird full time.
Non-stop. It's just the sounds that are coming out of them. Making it weird, guys. Making it weird. He's just gonna follow her.
And the sad truth is, like, you can't show it because it is weird, but the guy doesn't know what he's doing. Bless his heart. he was banded at a very young age, just like the others. And he's just trying to help a girl out, I think. But from the looks of it,
It's awkward, guys.
yeah, she's receptive. So That does tie back though to Blue having not gone in heat. She hasn't since Mario left. You know, that was a sign that we missed when we got her because she came from an auction. Chad brought her at the same time he got Oreo.
And we didn't know. We hadn't had female goats.
Yeah, she was one of the, I mean, we got Mama and her about the same time, and so they were our first does, but it didn't really dawn on us that, you know, hey, she's not gone in heat. Mama had 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
And boom, she had babies. So that would probably be our biggest indication right now that she is pregnant, is that she's not gone back into heat, at least from what we know.
Right.
All right, guys, well, we've got them all fed. We've got their hay filled. We will address water here in a minute because I need to go over and turn the faucet on.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to turn it on.
It's the season of not leaving your faucet on full time because it'll freeze up.
Yeah.
But if you have not been with us a long time, or even if you have, I think it's pretty apparent in our videos, we love these animals, all of them, even those crazy birds up there. At times they're, you know, frustrating, but we love them. And so everything we've done out here has been in the name of keeping them safe, keeping them here on our farm, you know, paying attention to their health and learning and all of that.
Keeping them happy.
Keeping them happy. So this whole pen that you guys see, that shelter, that nursery and shelter, nursery, shelter, and the glorious Goatville, none of that was on this property before we came here. In fact, all of this where we're standing and everything was thick forest, woods.
Yeah, and a bunch of undergrowth. I mean, just a whole bunch of weeds and blackberries and
Forest.
all kinds of stuff. Forest.
I want to say we have some forest. But my point in saying that is Shannon and I started building this pen before we even had goats, before we had goats secured. And then we knew we wanted them to help clean up this area down here, because if you remember, there's an old video where we went through with a weed eater and the GoPro and the tick spray and the bug spray, and we tried to cut a path through there, and we were like, no.
It didn't happen.
Either going to be the skid steer or the goats. So in doing so, we wrapped all of Goatville, about an acre or so, in electric fence that we got from Gallagher. And it's been great. As the goats were born or we introduced new animals, it was always a thing like, well, they got to learn. So each and every one of them have hit that fence, you know, about what, twice? At least once. Herc hit that fence, I think, twice. The first time he didn't quite realize what it was that got him. The second time he was clued in, and ever since then, he's never touched it.
He will not even come close to it. If we're on the other side of the fence, he keeps probably about a 3-foot distance away from it.
At least, yeah. Yeah, same as when he runs us down the driveway. Like, he stays over here a little bit, and then he stops at a certain point, doesn't even tease the fence. And it's worked so well that when I was trenching over there and doing some work on the electrical in the well house, I can turn off the electric fence and the animals don't even touch it.
Yeah.
Now, it's said that they can sense that little pulse in it, whatever, but they don't go through it. So it's been a very, very effective method, but that was really hard for us to do because I've never had an electrified correction system before. You see where I'm going with this. So here's the situation. You love Herc. I love Herc more. Shannon and I compete for who loves Herc more and who Herc loves more, and it's me. I win.
It is Kyle. He wins every time.
Yes. Problem with that means I have to be the one to correct him, and he does need correcting from time to time. He's still a puppy till April. And even then, you know, not all dogs mature right at 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I've been working to try and correct a problem. He can tell time, especially before the evening feeding. He knows it's about time for us to come down here, or like I've been down here working on the shed quite a bit. So obviously I'm already outside. The goats will start telling me, hey, we're hungry. And I'm like, no, you still got a couple hours. Herc has learned a trick, and that trick is basically to playfully attack, I think that's the right way to say it, Spruce or one of the little goatlets or Larry or Harry. I mean, eventually any of them can fall victim to it. And he can make him scream. And sometimes it goes so far that, you know, he's got one of the goatlets kind of pinned down. Now, he doesn't draw blood. He knows just how hard he is biting, but what he's trying to do is trigger one of us to run down here to save the goats.
Well, what he does is he gets a hold of one of their legs to where they can't run, and then they just sit and scream. And so we're worried he might break a leg. Yeah,
the problem would be he's doing something under his power that he knows is not going to break skin, but the goats don't really know that. So if they go to jump, or if they're up on one of the spools and they try to jump down, he's got a hold of a leg. Man, I don't want a goat with a broken leg. don't want to have to deal with that.
Anything.
A broken anything. Well, especially at the hands or the mouth of the lovable Mr. Hercules. And he is lovable. He's sweet. He's adorable, but he's not perfect, just like the rest of us. And when you look at him, it's so hard to finish the story. Hi, buddy.
Because at times like this, when he's super calm, you're like, you're fine, you know, like it's okay. We're doing the right thing. But then when he gets amped up and we can't control him, it completely changes the story.
Yeah, so we're working on consistent commands, no, come or here or whatever. And we've been doing that. We use positive reinforcement. When he's being real bad like that and he forces us to come down into the pen, we will immediately lock him in jail, as we tell him, like, ah, you're going to jail. But we'll put him in this little nursery over here with some water and a couple of his toys and leave him in there for as long as we need to.
And we don't give him attention. We don't give him the positive attention that he's looking for.
And trust me, if you saw his face when he's in jail, he thinks he's in jail. And he gets those little tear lines going, you know, and he lets his eyes water. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Are you talking about me?
You know how to play the game, don't you?
So what is the solution? Well, the electric fence has been very effective. And we have even come down here with a little bit of static electricity charge in us. And you go to love on him and he'll get shocked. And it'll set him back. And it's very, very minute. He's tough as nails against, you know, goats and squirrels and raccoons and possums, but electric shock seems to be the most effective way to correct him. So that's right, we bought him an electric collar, a shock collar, as most people call it.
Yep.
And I never, ever, ever thought I would be one of those people that would do that, but we've got to be realistic, and we've got to keep all the rest of our animals in mind when we're coming up with a way to fix and correct what's going on. So we went to Atwood's and we spent up a little bit. You know, for something like this, I wanted something reliable, something that's been on the market for a long time. And so we bought the one that basically like hunting people use on their hunting dogs.
Yeah, the longest distance.
Yeah, so we've got a long range. The range is technically longer than our longest line from corner to corner on our property. So I think it'll be very effective. There is very specific training in there, the words to use and when to make a correction. And I truly believe if done right, which we're going to do it right, he should only have to be corrected 1, maybe 2 times.
I agree with that.
And by then, we're going to use the words, our commands, instead of like the warning, vibrate, or beep. Because he's not a hunting dog, he's not going to be out of sight. I want him to learn our no commands and hear, and of course, and leave it. And of course, we'll still praise him when he does right. You know, that's the positive reinforcement that you add to the correction. It's just when he gets in that mode, man, you can see it in his eyes. And when you come in the pen and he thinks he might be going to jail, he plays get away from you. and he runs
he's
from
good
you.
at it.
Oh, he's real good at it. And he's basically saying, I already know I've broken the rules. I'm not ready to give in. Catch me if you can, you know. And it's a game you got to play. Get it, Harry. Get it, buddy. They're just loving life down here in Goatville right now, aren't they?
They really are. That must feel real good, mister. Do you need some scratches, buddy? Do you need a little help?
So we have been working on this for quite some time. We have been stressing over this, trying to come up with the best solution, and this has been an option in the backs of our minds, but we wanted to try everything else we could. And I don't think this is a bad thing, you know. They learn very quickly. The hope is that you do it just enough to correct the problem, and then it's kind of just a mental thing for him. So you can still put the collar on him, but obviously you don't have to shock him. And you've got to incorporate it in your training. You don't just put one of these on a dog and say, hey, stop it, stop it, stop it, and zap them. That's not what we're doing, okay? So before you go down and comment about how much you hate this style of correction, really think through, like, we've tried everything, and we have to keep these goats safe. And he just gets playful, and he knows how to get us down into the pen, and this is our only way from outside the pen that we're going to be able to get him to stop, but we're going to use our words so that hopefully in the future we can just use our words and get this out of the picture. Don't comment down below about it. Don't do it.
I feel like we should tell them we feel bad enough about this that last night we stood in the shed.
I was getting ready to go there.
Yeah, we stood in the shed and tried the shock collar on ourselves. Now, granted, we didn't put it on our necks like it's going to be on Herc, but...
Yep, nope, didn't do that.
Kyle did once, actually. I got to shock him, too.
Well, when we put the fence in, I didn't think about that. If people, if they're newish to the channel, when we put the fence in, I took my boots off and I hit that fence multiple times.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, that hits you a whole lot harder than this little thing does. And it does have the variable settings.
It does.
So we did try it on 1 all the way through 7.
And it does get strong. Trust me. It was enough that, like, it was shocking, literally, to me. But we kind of know what to expect from it now, so that we know whenever we're putting this collar on him, what number to turn it up to. You know,
a 1.
like,
he's going to be fine at a 1.
It's going to be a 1, the lowest setting possible, and I really think that it's going to affect him.
But that's how the training goes, is you start low, you see what works. I'm not just going to put it on him and hit him at a 1, see how he responds, and hit him at a 2. We're going to put it in practice. So basically, of the afternoon before it's feeding time, or maybe 30 minutes to an hour before, then I'll come and put the collar on him. He's not going to live in this collar. You don't leave these on full time. It will just be at the times that we know it's problematic. And our hope, if you think about it, if we get that to work well, our hope is that we can get him back out again and let him free range with us and not have to have him on a leash. We'll
so
put the collar on him, but by then hopefully he's trained enough by the commands instead of having to use correction.
Yes.
So just like giving the goats shots, I'm not going to show you this one. This is not something that I care to film. It's not something that I want to have to focus on anything other than the training itself. But we will obviously share updates on how it's working and anything that we've learned along the way that might be helpful if someone else is running into the same issue. So I'm not going to let you see it. We're not going to shock the snot out of them. So we're going to follow the book. We're going to follow the rules. I know.
But these are corrective measures that we're putting in place. So that's why we wanted to share with you guys.
Well, maybe it's me talking myself into it a little bit because I really hesitated to do this. We looked at shock collars months ago.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably not the right thing to call them shock collars for the real dog trainers out there. But it is. That's what it is. I don't know. So we're going to do this. Never done it before, but you know me, I'm going to read all the instructions and we're going to do it right, come up with a plan, and we're going to be consistent between the two of us.
So basically what that means is that Kyle is going to train me when he trains Hercules.
You said that, I didn't. You said it that way.
It's the truth though.
Well, it was the same thing when we got Nala as a pup. In the city, we lived on a very busy road, and we were able to train her. She did a great job at staying in our yard, not running out into the road, and it was just consistency. We did that, man, every single day for I don't know how long, and walk her on that perimeter, but then we got on the same page and we're using the same commands and words and praise and all of that.
Yep.
This guy is just a little bit different than our city princess inside, aren't you, buddy? I know it. And he does just want to please us, but it's when he doesn't get what he wants that sometimes he gets a little out of control. He's a good boy, though. You're a very good boy, aren't you? I know it. Harry came up for a snap of my vest. What are you doing, buddy? Mom, you checking this out? You hit that record button yet, Mom?
I hit it, man.
That's what I'm talking about. You get my side. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That spruce got skills in this tree. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom. Nom, nom, nom. Neck nuts. There they are. Show them off.
Oh, my goodness.
What this? I want this.
Seriously, Spruce.
Yeah? What's up, Mom?
You're ridiculous.
I'm a model. So I think it goes without saying, we love this guy. And we're not doing this just because we think it's the easy way out. We've really gone through everything, tried everything, read a lot of stuff, and this is what we've decided. But again, I'm not here to train you guys how to do it. I'm not here to teach you guys how to do it. There's a million videos out there on how to do it. I've watched a bunch of them. we choose to share our lives with you, and this is one of those things that's prevalent in our lives right now.
Yeah.
And we take it very seriously. We're not just gonna, you know, throw it on him and wing it. But it's all in the name of keeping him safe, keeping those goats safe. And buddy, if you do a good job with it, you'll get to get out so much more. Yeah, come out and work on some projects with us. What do you think of that?
Oh my gosh, you would love that, wouldn't you?
Get your goats out
Yeah.
with you too.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a lot of, you know, thoughts on what LGDs are. And da-da-da. Go back and watch all of our videos. He's a hybrid. All of our animals are hybrids. They're farm animals, but they all have personalities. You know their names. You say hi to them in the comments by name, and I love it. But they're still animals, and we've got to teach them how to make our lives and their own a little bit easier and safer.
I think that's kind of what you do when you have a petting zoo.
We do have a
Just
petting
feel like
zoo.
we have a petting zoo.
All except for Hercules. It's just, he's only for you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you're understanding about this. If you're not, go comment on Chad's page somewhere. But just like with getting rid of Mario, man, it's like what Dad said. You've got to do what's best for the rest.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be a very short, easy training, and it's going to be very effective.
I agree.
And the only way to go.
Yep.
We love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Oh, I love this guy. And you know what? He puts up with Herc the most, so thanks, buddy, being the target. He is starting to fire back, though, and it's hilarious.
I love it.